Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Baron's Hero's Journey. I am Alchemy. The flag right now is currently unavailable because reasons, but I'm sure he will be joining us as soon enough. Uh, for this time, we have Golbez's Hero's Journey, or rather, Golbez and the Four Fiends. This is interesting because I just signed this as kind of a CC4 Redux kind of deal with, it has no J items, it has, a complicated grind situation basically, and we'll see how our racers, Scythe Marshal and Tabled, uh, you know, I think we can consider them like slightly rivals. We'll see how they handled them. It's rather interesting, like the way this flag set works. Like uh, uh T Pro Max Tier 7, Ed Standard, No J, Old Gauntlet, Witchburn, but also we have no curse rings, EXP no boost, and Vanilla Giant. You know, that means that it's gonna be hard to decide when do you wanna do the giant or if you wanna steal sirens with Edge. We should be going like any second now. Oh, also the main objective is just naming the characters accordingly, and I love Scythe Marshall's NPC Earth and Tabled Dirt Boy. Love those names. They they tickle my funny bone in a really nice way. It seems that the race is starting. Of course, Cecil is our hero. Technically Golbez, as per the fiction. But and there's only 5 characters here. Golbez and the Four Fiends, and that's Kainaso or Zed. That's very nice. Ooh, Ninja for that edge. And there's the black sword, the Eblin kit for that Dark Knight Cecil. Now, it's gonna be interesting to see what our racers do right off the bat, because Thibault and Side Marshall tend to have pretty different, like usually, pretty differing approaches. Side Marshall tends to prefer more like bit by bit, step by step, figuring out, gathering information, like more like traditional way of approaching a seed, while Tybalt, nickname the Gambler, tends to take some more less traditional approaches to routing in a seed. So while you can't find J items in shops, you can find them in treasures, just like that exit that Side Marshal found in Baron. It seems that Tybalt is checking out the loot at Avalon Castle, which honestly, it's pretty good even in T-Pro. Found one trap chest and like bailed, because of course, you can't fight them yet. The matter ogres with that seed, if you find an ogre axe or like a rune axe, that can do some really good work on the matter ogres, and you might be able to do that early. But not this early. Oh my goodness, I see now what Scythe Marshall is doing. Because he found that exit item, he's gonna go ahead and loot the waterway, because with the exit item he can just pop right out. Oh, or not. He's not going in deep anyways. Dwarf X is really good. Tibble found a Dwarf Axe in Evelyn Castle. That's phenomenal. That's -5 to agility. And in a seat without cursed rings, that is going to be wonderful. I see what Scythe Marshal's doing. Instead of using the exit, he might be saving the exit for another location. Oh, this one, I see. It's a little unconventional, but I really like it. Since you only have one exit item, it's not like you can exit out of both ends of Watery Pass. Very nice. A full moon. Considering that we expect an edge, that's a wonderful find. Evelyn Castle has a lot of goodies, like a lot of utility goodies, not just strong equipment. Right there on hops, that is a Vanilla Moon Bomb. I'm tipping my Vanilla Tiara. Very nice. This fight kind of sucks, but we have Sid, we have Black Sword Cecil. Should be fine. Finding NPC Earth. Sending in... Wow, there's a Rune X on Tibble's side. Wow. Very nice. Doesn't take the Mad Ogre's chest just yet. Completely understandable. But taking... I don't know if he's gonna take another trip down to Evelyn to check the trap chest. Of course, Tibble checks the Chocobo Forest treasures. Big surprise. Firebomb! From Scythe Marshal's side. Very nice. HP-based attack. Used by Sid. Has the highest HP. Extremely well, capitalized. Always check West Hops if you have exit. Always, always, always. Now, that's just what I think. Doesn't mean you should do it. Drain Sword is good. Middle Dragon Rune. Rune Rings is nice. Drain Sword is even better than Dwarf Axe. I think it reduces agility even further. Might be something you're interested in for some spots. Meanwhile, Tybalt is going up Mount Deals. Oh, Drain Sword is also -5. Is Rain Spear the one that's more? Yeah. Both our Restreamer and Tracker are on point. Thanks, Scarcer and Angie Dave. Yeah. Well, it's kind of nice because Scythe Marshal found the Drain Sword, but Tybalt found the Dwarf Axe, so now they're even in terms of agility improvement. I would not recommend the Drain Venger strats on Zeramas with a sword. Indeed, no turtle at Element's Dream. The Luna's here. That's alright. Uh-oh. Cure 3 is always work here. Yup. Ooh, Virus is still a very strong spell, even with this low spell power. Uh-oh, that wave was dangerous, but not that dangerous. And that for Rage was a little late, but I think Tybalt has the fight under control for the most part. The Side Marshal gets an Earth Crystal? Very, very nice. That's 2 characters if you don't have them. If you don't have any other choices, and also another key item, and the treasury. It's T Pro Max tier 7, but this saves Scythe Marshal the need to go to Avalon Castle to do the regular chests. Trap chests are still good. Could have Holy Swords. But the treasury could have some very nice goodies. As usual, we like to play the meme game, Rate That Treasury. It's T Pro. We'll see how this is. Oh my. This is all really good. Well, silver. Wow, that was phenomenal for the most part. A few clunkers, but even the whistle is good. You can sell that for a lot. Meanwhile, Tybalt is facing us up against Officer and Soldier. Ah, there's the swoon proc from the Black Sword. Wow, his Tybalt is gonna get all of the EXP from this fight. Ooh, using the Stardust to speed up this encounter is a little tricky considering that the items are at a premium in this flag set since you can't buy any. Oh, there's a Dwarf Axe. Nice. Poison Axe is nice too. Shurikens could be great if we find that edge. Buying one Ether too. Yeah, Scythe Marshal might be buying this, and just to have it in his back pocket in case he decides to do the machines. Recommendation for chat: always buy camping equipment if you find it. Camping items are really good and necessary, and you don't miss them until you need them. What's with the cadence rewards? We got a ninja sword and a ninja shirt. Hello, where's Edge? Interesting that Side Marshal didn't go for Fagul. Oh, going for Yields instead. Well, this is a very nice spot to find Ogopogo instead of somewhere horrifying. Yeah, our trackers, Scarcer is pointing out, like, K-Moon is striking hard. Yeah, it's only K-Mei and K-Moon. Summon spots are not necessary to have a key item. Might completely not be required, unless Elements is in one of the summon spots. But this doesn't bode well for the chances of key items being on the moon. But we'll see. We'll see. There could be like a lot of chains. And that's Ogopogo. Again, we're glad to see Ogopogo here. I also love looting cave ordeals. Mount ordeals. Dirt Boy learned media. Gosh darn Dirt Boy. Again, for people arriving up, the names are based on Golbez and the four Fiends, like vaguely. Sasel is supposed to be Golbez. Kanaso is supposed to be Sid. Valvales is supposed to be Kane. Edge is supposed to be Rubicante, and Mylon is supposed to be Tela. Hence, the main objective being just name them. That's it. So some people get creative. I love Scythe Marshal's NPC Earth, NPC Water, and playable. While Tybalt has some creative names like Dirt Boy and Water Boy. I believe he says so. It's like ha ha ha. It's great. Oh, Scythe Marshal nailing that for rage. I don't think he's having any trouble. Considering the HP values, I don't think he even needs to scare away this lightning. Sorry, the wave. Indeed, it's just fine. I thought so. As I thought. Hiding inside the shelf, that's not gonna help. Oh my! Dr. Glugi and Belknap. Only 2 characters. Do we have any hammers? It doesn't matter. This spot having the split HP is kind of a death sign for this boss. Are we gonna see Belknap C? Are we gonna see Gatai Robo in Japan? Let's go! Combination robot. Well, I don't know how the EXP situation happens, like what it is in this scenario, but it's fine. Now, the real fight. Do you think Luge has like a, stereotypical nerd voice with like evil nerd like nasal voice? He doesn't get any voice lines in the 3D remakes, which is a shame, honestly. All the other main characters and villains get it. Is Scythe Marshal gonna opt for the strike with the black sword for the Zoom proc? Nope, just start us ahead. Even faster. Less EXP, but I don't think Scythe cares so much for EXP on Tela and Zed, and, Cecil who's gonna lose it all. Oh, I believe there was a magma key on Tibble's side. That's very nice, actually. We don't have to set foot on the hook route unless Elements is down there. Let's see what our racers decide to do now. Tibble has the Underworld available, so I wonder if he's gonna go down there immediately. Nope, gonna check the character first. I believe Baron Ing is another Sid, so that's a dupe. DKC at Cave Bahamut, Gordon Hook, Elements at King Queen Evelyn. Cave Bahamut is part of K Summon, so no, but it could be like DKC at like, I don't know, Massa, Moon Altar, like a focus spot, which is arguably much worse. There's Tybalt bonking and slashing and beating up Bomb. I don't think there's gonna be an issue here. Agopogo also not gonna be an issue. Scythe Marshal found the right equipment for Cecil to deal with this fight. A light sword from the treasury, I believe. Exploding! There's the explode, no worries. There it is, NPC Earth, learn the Meteo. My favorite character. Is Tybalt gonna... Oh, right, Antlion is a thing. I forgot about Antlion, huh? Do you ever just forget about Antlion? I do. Also, considering it's like a bit of a boss search, I believe D-Mist could hold like a key item, and we need to find elements. There's still plenty of spots we haven't checked, like the waterfall and Mist Cave. Indeed, even if case summon is not required, it could be perfectly necessary to defeat the, element somewhere at a case summon spot or the mist. Of course, Tybalt not having any issues in regards to defeating the D-Lunars. Scythe Marshal did a brief Lamia grind up here in Ordeals to get Cecil up to speed. That's something I also like doing. Kind of bold, because you don't know yet if you need, to go down the hook route yet. But, EXP on Cecil can't hurt. If anything, you can do cover strats. Huh, Side Marshal is going for the Earth Crystal. Check. Going up to the Tower of Salt. Instead of checking Fabul, is he hoping for a single dip Fabul? That's burned me a few times. But when it works out, it's phenomenal. You feel so good. Ooh, always bet on Flame Dog. I didn't see what the boss was on the table side, but nothing necessary. Now it's Thibault's turn to go check their wonderful treasury with strength rings and a light sword and all sorts of great stuff. While Side Marshal continues the ascent up the tower. Oh wait, it's elements? Huh. So elements was at the waterfall and people reset out. I mean, if you know elements are there, there's no need to take it right now. You know, they're not gonna go anywhere. Oh, the Mist Cave. Okay. Shout outs to our tracker Sarser having wonderful eyes right there on the raised eyes that I missed because I'm babbling. Yes, that is correct. I missed the eyes. Who's waiting for us at the tower? Oh, this kind of sucks. This spot has a lot of HP to burn through. If you have lightning items. Still. Oh, lit 3. Can't he even get lit 3 before he swings the sword? Lit 3 is so slow. Oh, never mind. I guess Cecil is low level enough. Let's go. Quick thinking from Side Marshal. Uh-oh, sick dupe. Really? We now know that Leviathan is waiting for us at the Dwarf Castle 2, which is required. But here's the thing. Away from Leviathan takes a quarter of your max HP. So if you're hurt from the previous fight, that could be deadly. So it's good information to have for sure. There's the edge we've been looking for. NPC fur. And it's supposed to be like fire. DKC, maybe. Like Dark Knight stuff still could be nasty at Dwarf 1. You know, to leave your HP low so that Leviathan could like scoop you up. So to explain Side Marshal's naming convention, Golbez is playable. All the other elemental fiends are NPCs. So Rubicante will be NPC fire. Thibault going for the Thor Rage route. That's not good. If it was a Zero Rage, maybe, but yeah, not great damage right there. Freaking King Emblem boss. Kinda sucks that it's here instead of on the moon, honestly. I guess you don't need your Thor rages. You know, if you already dealt with Kinasu and Odin. I mean, that's what they're for. So the fun bit with the King Emblem boss is that King Erlang, once he goes down, there is like a counter scrape or something on the queen that checks if he's alive, and if he doesn't exist anymore, she just like instantly fades away as well. So any damage you put on the queen is kind of wasted, really. Tybalt defeating Odin by burning through all those items and getting a lot of EXP and Cecil. Pigtail. That could be a Holy Sword. We just need the hook. Here in the booth we have privileged information, so it's kind of cute in retrospect. Tybalt using the tent to heal up before facing King Quineblan. You know, it's like, damn, that's gonna feel a little silly in just a moment. Plague was in a very nice spot. Ooh, Bahamut. You don't wanna use your... Yeah, that's a good thought. You don't wanna use the Star Veils here. You wanna save them for Golbez and Hacking and Wyvern. Virus is a good spell no matter what. There we go. Clean fight from Tybalt. Poison Axe, huh? That's not great. The moon seems to be, you know, wanted, as people say around here. People finding the good news of the King Emblem. While Seth Marshall finds what he's looking for here at the Mist Cave. These elements right here waiting. Wow, that was fast. So that's objective 5 from 4 Seth Marshall. Only 4 more to go. Alright, the Tower of Thought, of course. You know, I made this. I made this flag set. It's so easy to forget. Honestly. Yeah, Paladin is less interesting. Yeah, that's a reason I don't have. Very nice that he's down here. Paladin could be troublesome. Or at least painfully slow. Last place you need to go? Here. Kabul Castle. Shouldn't be any problem for Side Marshal's party. Of course, it's Dr. Lugia Malnab, so no. Oh, they're gonna melt this way faster than Tybalt's fight here. That edge speeds things up considerably. There we go. That was like a blink and you missed it. Tybalt also similarly having no trouble with Bahamut at all. Kind of interesting that Tybalt didn't go down to the Underworld right away. Because now Tybalt and Side Marshal are like paired up in terms of progression. Yep, there he goes to open the way to the Underworld. Tybalt, meanwhile, is gonna get his defeat elements objective in just a moment. Yep, just one swing. That's all it takes, huh? Ooh, Tybalt is aiming for trapped chests? Interesting. I guess he feels like he has the power required for it. Oh, mute daggers, those Mad Ogre's chests, huh? They are mages. So, but weren't they on the other tower? Yes. Ah, flame, mute dagger. Mute dagger is fantastic. That increases wisdom. Very nice. Very nice. Totally forgot about that. Side Marshal, in the meantime, just going down to the dwarf castle right away. Oh dear. Uh, CPU, huh? Interesting. You know, we know that Baya thinks after this fight, and considering that CPU's attacker orb deals 10% of HP damage right away each turn, we don't have many potions. Could be a little tricky. Guess we'll see. Guess we'll see. Oh, I don't know about this. It feels a little. No, no. You know what? Maybe Side Marshal has enough power to defeat this fast enough before too many Macers come out. Oh right, Side Marshal was counting on the dart. That's why. There we go. No problem then. I don't think the Macers are gonna be enough for Leviathan to be a problem. Shoutouts to Tybalt for charming the Black Cat. A charmed Black Cat may luster. Indeed. There we go. As I was saying, goodbye. Very, very nice from Tybalt. Oh, right, Tele can heal. Oh, right. You know, easy to forget. There's Leviathan. It's not gonna be a problem at all. You know, because Stella has Cure 3 and Cure 4. Sneak? Huh. Bacchus Wines, huh? Very nice. How blasting these to sneak them. Still, you gotta be careful. But I think the Tybalt equipped the Ninja Shield on Edge. Ninja Shield is an extremely good piece of the defensive equipment. Makes him faster too. You know, in case you need that. There we go, no problem. while the creepy hand crawls upwards, I would like to shout out our restream team today, Enki Day for the restreaming and Scarcer with the tracking, both that have been providing me with incredibly good support here. And Death like my co-commentator couldn't make it, so I'm just chatting. I like watching for Enterprise. Oh, I always have. And the reward is a hook. Oh, there's a hook. Very nice. The mist could be hiding in King Queen in King Queen spot. This edge is failing a lot of steals for Bacchuses. Goodness, that's pretty unlucky. Always biting heal potions, just in case. Just in case. And I know Cecil gets healed naturally. I know that. I don't care. You just have heal pots. Yeah, the Madrugers are pretty high level, that is true, and we don't have access to them. Since like Tybalt got tired of failing at stealing and just like decided to end it. That's fair. I miss what that was. But you know, like, yeah, like a few Bacchus wines are probably good enough. Stardust Rod. We only have one mage and Stella. Yeah, might as well. We'll see what the freebie is. Baron Key. A character check for the king. And, you know, another check for the Darkness Crystal. We still are missing both parts of Forge. Oh my goodness, thank goodness. Thank goodness we don't have to do this, huh? Evil Wall at Leviathan? No thanks. Goodbye. Bye-bye. I can hear its side marshal laughing from here. Triple Leaping Fabul. Oh, this feels bad, but I understand. What do you mean? What's wrong with Evil Wall, Angie Dave? It's very bad. It cheats. It like chains commands together to attack you. All right, let's see what Sheila has to offer. Tybalt is, you know, both of her. I thought like I talked at the beginning, like, oh, you know, Side Marshal and Tybalt have like a kind of different playstyles usually, but that goes to show that depending on the flag set, you can always adapt and change your playstyle a little bit, you know. And here we are, both of them are kind of doing the same checks more or less. Tower key. You always love to have the tower key before going up the tower. It's so nice. It's so nice. I think this is worth the triple dipping of a bull, in my opinion. Some might disagree. Oh, that's our arrowing robe. Usually I will be all about getting that, but not quite. Not this time. Kind of worthless. Oh, full moon. But it's not necessary. People already got a boomerang. And yep, there's people checking that, and it's like, haha, no goodbye.
Yeah, look, I mean, looks like we're looking for a Darkness Crystal as well as some Forge stuff.
Yeah, just some stuff. Hello, because Death, like, you know, couldn't make it in the end. I'm joined now by Haranth, who's famously has a penchant for disliking the harp check. But hey, you're in a safe space here. There's no need to do the harp check so far. It's not an objective. It's fine.
We'll see. We'll see. Like I've been
hurt before, huh?
I've been gaslit here by the harp cartel far too many times. To come up here. We just decided might as well looking to chase down that Baron key here that was found at it was the Fey March. The Fey March.
Yeah, we're still missing a Kane. Like since there's only 5 characters in the state and no dupes, we want characters, but we don't need that many like that urgently because that Edge and Cecil and Zed are pretty good.
Yeah, like sometimes the best way to make the best white mage here is just hit people and and knock them down here before you take any damage.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You have a state, you have a pile of cure threads, you're fine. You're a white mage basically. Is the vanilla Viking? Nice.
That is the vanilla Viking, yes.
We got vanilla Mamba and a vanilla Gaibang. Gaibang, nice. Flame. Oh, lovely.
And so looking to his objective number 3. And
I don't think he's gonna have any issues.
Yeah. And the only issue I see here is Vigan is gonna have a really bad day.
Oh yeah. Interestingly, Tibble did do Avalon Castle trap chest, but Scythe Marshal decided not to. And honestly, like correctly, because I don't think Tibble got like anything to show out of it. So the search for the Holy Sword continues.
Yeah, Holy Sword would be nice right about now. Against a Dark Elf. Fortunately, here there's not that much HP to choose through here, so
this point in the game like barely exists. It's kind of funny. It's like the super canon check of the overworld. I don't know why. It just feels like if I get over the Viking spot, I'm like, oh, this spot like is tissue paper. I don't care.
And Cecil would have one-shot anyone else here with that 4200, except that Dark Elf has 2 faces, so
yeah, it kind of cheats.
And yeah, that's
Duptella from Dwarf Castle. Nobody cares.
The old man might object to that, but rules be rules, right?
We already have one old man. We don't need 2. Is this Kane?
That
indeed.
Yep. That is our Dragoon. We've now got the party of 5.
We have 4 fighters and half a mage. Very nice.
I would say Sid and Tell combined. I think combined to 1 white mage.
Yeah, okay.
Along with a stack of QR3s to go along with it.
Yeah, I guess so.
We have the kid and the Kaipo lady. Make sure none of our heroes encounter a crushing end. We'll get to see what's in the Baron basement.
We've had a lot of like songs.
In Baron dumpster.
If this is another song, ooh, the rat tail, that's nice. I was gonna say like we've had like 3 songs so far, and each song is basically an item on the moon. So it's kind of concerning.
Yeah, we can put both pieces of forge here behind some nasty places on the and nasty bosses.
The forge seems conspicuously absent so far. We know we're gonna find the darkness crystal sooner rather than later, one way or the other. But the forge is like still a mystery.
Yeah, like completely mystery. Don't even have either piece of it here. Racers might be starting to curse. I believe it was NGD who was it you or NGD who rolled this?
It was me. I always roll the seeds, so they can blame me instead of the streamer who's just doing a really good job.
we just want to make sure we're assigning blame to the right person. Or delegating if you want to.
So is it Sand Ruby? That's nothing. Yay.
Well, that is
Well, it is a key item after all,
that's key
right?
item. That's a key item increment.
Wait, what? You know what? That's nice, actually.
Yeah, that's a great item here.
I'll take it.
For that cane.
It ain't a crystal sword, but I'll take it.
Well, if you have enough fighters here, they like 2 people combined here, can pretend to be a crystal sword.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we haven't seen Wyvern yet, so that Dragoon is gonna put in some great work. Yes, Witchburn I believe is on.
I don't remember all the details of the flag set, but I will.
Yeah, Witchburn is on, but still, this is still a race, so if you can deal with Wyvern extremely fast, all the better.
And let's not downplay Witchburn here. Witchburn can still roll some pretty nasty stuff.
Oh yeah, you could get like Witchburn Quake, for example, and that's something you can get. That's
Quake,
not restricted
glance.
by. Yeah. Glance
is a crowd favorite.
I think the only things that it restricts is like Meteor, Big Bang, and Odin. I believe are like the one things that are pushed aside by Beano Free or whatever.
I don't recall the exact ones here, but yeah,
Something like that.
The big damage, like the big ones here. So.
That you can do like literally nothing about. You just get hit. And it's like, haha. Oh, Angie Dave, a restreamer, informing us that Tybalt's Tella has 100 MP. So that's great.
Yeah, having that access to Meteo, maybe not so much at this point in the game here, but have a Meteo capable Tella here in the early game here that can help with a lot of potentially a few tricky spots.
Yeah, honestly, considering our lack of AoE, just having a Tella, he's not the best black mage or white mage. In fact, he barely, makes the cut for either. But hey, Meteor can solve a lot of problems. So can playing a Berserk and Cure 4. Target Cure 4 is just a full heal anyways. He doesn't care about your stats.
As long as you're targeting one person here. After that here, it's just sadness.
There's the demons at the top of tower. Considering that the tower key was... Indeed. Considering that the tower key was from Sheila 1, that makes triple dip Fabul not feel so bad.
You never like the triple dip Fabul here, but sometimes, it do be that way.
It do. Oh, Cure 3s were at... Was it Baron or something? All along.
I didn't take a look at the calendar, and I believe Tybalt's in Baron, but don't quote me on.
Yeah, just sell everything. We need the Cure 3s. Thank you.
That is
just
Baron.
right there. What a wonderful place to put the Cure 3s. I have lost like 15 minutes just scouring the world for Cure 3s because I know how good they are.
Oh, I think every runner has burned a little bit of time here trying to remember here where that trying to find that one item in that one shop. We're trying to find, that item that they saw in that one shop. I don't remember where they saw it.
It's like I don't feel comfy without a white mage or a big stack of Cure 3s, so I'm gonna find either.
and with that here, Tybalt now has his white mage package. Online.
Back in the day of Free Enterprise around circa 2018 or something, it was gross because all of the healing items and stuff were like obnoxiously cheap. so you can just replicate, like actually for real replicate a white mage really easily. But those days are long gone, thankfully, and we now have to put down some commitment in order to fabricate a white mage. An artificial white mage robot for us.
That's not even to mention here how much pricing for other stuff here. But that's then here. Besides Marsh, we'll try to speed this. He had a rare.
Was that a
casting of
fast Antella? Oh my gosh, that's great. Okay, so little insider info. Site Marshall, like you can check on the other Discord. By the way, join your Discord. We're friendly and stuff. Site Marshall has been playing a hack, a ROM hack by another community member and I, that puts like a bunch of like numbers from Final Fantasy IV DS into the Super Nintendo version, and he's like, oh wow, I can't believe how good fast is. So now he's just like putting fast in French Enterprise, even though it's not that good here.
I'm not familiar with that. I'll have to check it out.
It's pretty new, and it's also pretty good from what Site has been discussing in the other games channel. Oh, but he's down. Wow, I forget how much HP Top of Tower has. It's so much. Goodness.
It's like north of 20k, I believe here. And apparently, Rydia's mom is responsible for safeguarding that package here. So she was trying to save save Mist here by not putting the package there. Fortunately, here we don't have to. Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have to blow it up today.
Yeah, indeed. Well, there's nothing there for us today, thankfully. That's 90 items for Site Marshal. That's interesting. We'll see if the Super Cannon Room has the 10th.
And we got some guards.
That's a bit of a shame that it's not on the moon. We've seen quite a few free bosses that are not on the moon, like King Queen and this Officer Soldier.
Well, our runners hate to see this because
yeah,
I'm perfectly fine with it being buried here.
Of course you are.
We only wish the best for our runners.
Of course, always.
Yeah, it just means here that we put on a great show for everyone. Today or tonight here, depending on where you are. I believe it is nighttime.
Yeah, but it is 10 p.m. here. Lovely night for some free Enterprise. Now let's see if this has to be Darkness Crystal, right?
I noticed doesn't need. Rydia's mom might have it in Mist. Just make sure you go in the right way.
Oh yeah, right. They missed, of course. I of course it could always be like Luca Key or like Pang or something. Just more roundabout.
And it's just another rabbit hole to go down.
Indeed. Deeper and deeper.
Like Tibble's gonna peek the Baron basements.
I mean, Tibble hasn't found Demis yet, so that makes sense,
Yeah.
actually.
We know that there isn't a item down here, but we'll check here and
Oh boy.
oh,
Yeah, let's check Rydia's mom. No thanks.
all right, and so make sure to go in the right direction because the other direction will only bring suffering to the people of Mist.
And
Yes.
oh
We've got a
boy.
pan. Oh.
Is it gonna be Vanilla Darkness? Is it?
Yeah, I would prefer vanilla darkness here than having darkness behind its window. But Side Marshal is going to make that check right away. Just takes a little bit of setting up here because you do need to administer first aid to Yang by way of cooking implements. And Tibble will be looks like it, just putting the hovercraft there to set up a potential hook dive, just in case he happens upon that demist. But we do know where that demist is, and Tibble is going in that right direction.
Yeah, People is gonna find that they missed sooner rather than later, for sure. Oh, honestly, hey, this could be a nice item for Side Marshal because it's not case salmon, but
Yeah, get something out of it here. It's just a glass hat.
I mean, considering the moon situation, that might be nice to have. You can set up some nice cover strats with Cecil on a glass hat for sure.
Yep. Looks like he's hunting for items here to the yard. Like he is going through chests. It's a ninja shirt for his efforts there.
Another ninja shirt. Oof. I mean, one's fine, but we don't need more ninja shirts. We only have one ninja. It's not like you can wear two shirts.
It buys
Not in this economy.
Just sell it here. It buys a non-zero amount of Q or threes. All right, we're going to see here what Sheila has.
Oh boy.
So we're doing Sealed Cave now, right?
I think it's faster than the Twin Harp actually.
Oh, the one advantage that you would have with the Sealed Cave is once you make that check here, once you check the ribbon room here, if it's not what you're looking for here, you can reset. You can just reset it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
Honestly, like Sealed Cave gets a bad rap, but I actually don't mind it.
Yeah, Side Marshal electing here to take the Twin Harp route first here. Ideally, here we would see something like a spoon or a cabin out of here. Or at least that's what I'm hoping for.
So, oh boy, this could be a bust. Like Side Marshal could just do this, and it just could be nothing.
Yeah. Like we have to. Thanos was given two options for where to go next here. So it's either it's at this point, yeah, it's got to be either Twin Harp or Sealed Cave, or potentially both here. If one of them, if one has darkness, the other one has one half a forge.
Oh, that's true. In my head already, both Pass of Forge were in the moon already.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen every boss here. Which bosses are left on who could potentially be on them?
Oh, Wyvern is the boss. We did see Kainatsu, so that's out of the picture. I mean, in terms of free bosses, I think Dark Imps.
I never ask about free bosses. I'm
Oh, fair.
the rude ones.
Okay, Vista Odin. Okay, so Evil World was at Leviathan actually, so that's out of the picture, thankfully. We have seen Pale Dame, we have seen Plague, and I think that and the Lunars.
We don't have to, but we are contractually obligated. At least I am here to allow Eddie to play. So I'll be quiet, so I don't get fired. Well, I suppose here that's one more free boss off the table.
Indeed. That's dangerous. If we have to search the moon.
And
Ooh, wow, Scythe Marshal did the correct coin flip, huh? Much to the dismay of Harumph.
I'm sure they paid you off well here. Side Marshal looking to take a
Oh, that must be for stealing Bacchuses from the
yes.
Ogres.
Just have to find some ogres here. First off. I mean, like if you had a siren here, I believe you could use the siren here to trigger that fight. Oh, but we do find two ogres here. We'll grab, a little bit of wine here for the journey to the moon. Yeah, typically, yeah, it's something that I don't often do here because I rarely go to the cave here, but you can typically steal Bacchus from ogres or mad ogres. Ogres have a lower level here, so you see a higher success rate. So theoretically, it will take less time.
Yeah, people tried to steal Bacchuses on the Mad Ogre's chest in Cave Avalon. Like, and Edge was like basically base level, more or less. And he was struggling a little bit. He managed to steal some, but he fell a lot. So this play from Side Marshal is honestly pretty heads up.
Sure. Looks like got enough wine for the trip.
Indeed.
They'll be making a hasty exit. Technically, I think that was a regular speed exit, not a hasty exit. But I digress. I anticipate Scythe Marshal will be going straight to the.
Oh, you think he's gonna go straight to the moon, or you think he's gonna check Sealed Cave first? It's a bit of a gamble, I think.
Well, it's a fair gamble. Like it's given that you haven't seen it on the moon, given how many key items you've. Well, we've got 3 items plus a pass here to find, right? What's left?
Yup, he's doing it.
So yeah, this is if you want to make this is relatively like again as opposed to here as a quicker check than it looks, and there's besides got the levels.
Yeah,
on just about anyway.
Like I believe that just getting here and resetting is like a minute and a half or something like that. It's not really that long. It's something like that. But we have seen plenty of times races coming down to even less time than that. So I can see a world in where Side Marshal goes, okay, I'm not gonna take this. I'm just gonna do the moon. But this is definitely the safest option, which is fine.
And then like you just probably likely here blow up the moon until you find your forge, because there's no gating key items anymore at this point. Play your forge here, then do giant, and then it depends on what you find. Like if you find the pass.
Yeah,
like if
that's fair, honestly.
If it's the pass here, it's an interesting question whether you take it or not, and I think you do, given that you still have to come back to Earth anyways.
And oh goodness, the Gambit will have work in this scenario, but you never know. That's the thing.
There's sometimes here with Zonky you get a decent consolation prize. That was not a consolation prize at all.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. I mean, honestly, Tella needs all the help he can get sometimes with his stats. But you're not walking out of that because of the boss, That
was like going to a game show to finish dead last, so you get the parting gifts as opposed, and it ends up being a year supply of Campbell's soup.
I'll take soup. Soup is good.
It's all one flavor.
A year of soup? Are you kidding me? You should have chosen another example, honestly. You kind of blunder with that one. I will take a year of soup. Yeah, I don't care if it's tomato soup. It's fine. I like tomato. What? It's Campbell's supposed to be like a bad brand or something? I have no idea.
No, Campbell's has paid for that for that promotional consideration.
Okay. That doesn't
Hashtag
answer my
not
question.
sponsored.
That doesn't answer my question, but I'll take it as a no. Campbell is a very good brand. Thank you very much, TM.
All right, so
Okay.
say who the moon character would have been.
Scythe knows that the two halves of the forge are here, but also the spoon and the pass, maybe?
Yeah, I think everything has to be here at this point, because I believe we've exhausted all of the Earth checks on the Earth.
NPC Earth. Oh, by the way, I love the names. So like I mentioned earlier that the meta objective this time was to name the characters after Golbez and the Four Fiends, kind of like loosely. And Tybalt and Side Marshal got creative with it. As you can see, Cecil is playable, and the other characters are NPCs. And NPC Earth gets me every time. I don't know what is it about Earth that just like gets me.
It's the abbreviation, I believe, here right now.
Yeah, it's a hard F instead of the with the TH. It just gets me, tickles my funny bone.
All right, Side Marshal will begin to make the trip down here. There's always the debate of top down versus bottom up. Side Marshal electing to do the top down approach.
I mean, it kind of like doesn't matter technically. I mean, you might need to end up doing all of it anyways, you know. But I guess if it's up here, you don't need to go down. So there's that too. It's just a conflict at this point.
Well, but I guess the one spicy thing that could happen here is if one person's path here leads to Forge, and the other person's path leads to Pass and Forge, because one will have a faster trip to Roma's fight. And if I'm not mistaken, that is an alt gauntlet at the Mura altar.
A gauntlet with music. So, when we said that, like, oh, it was the old gauntlet, it was actually that Scythe Marshal used a siren.
I'm still not wrong, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. You weren't wrong. You weren't wrong at all.
Yeah. I was lucky to use that start here to augment the levels a little bit here. We'll be getting all the levels we need probably
Yeah, like
out of.
I devised this flag set, like that's a CC4 like Redux kind of deal. So you kind of like have to choose your grind between the machines and sirens by sealing them with edge. But hey, this works too.
Yeah. And it's this is a relatively friendly spot to find knock on the moon here. I mean, it's not Crystal Sword altar, and it's definitely not the Masa altar.
Yeah, this is fine. It's also less EXP, honestly.
With 10 key items and 5 fights here, it's...
Oh, that's fair.
Let's not discount the amount of... you're getting a ton here.
That's fair. And honestly, you still have to do the giant, so... It's fine. Like, Scythe Marshal and Tibble are gonna have enough levels to fight Zero Moons. That's gonna be the grind. Just fighting encounters.
Yeah, like it's good to kind of know what we think here. Temple looks like we're going to the moon here. Might be going to the moon, but he is launching the big wheel to prep that here. We'll see if Temple elects to fade that Seal Cave check.
Red Giant. Wow, like the damage output is a little lackluster, huh? Do
It
Red
leaves a
Giants
lot
have
to
like
be desired.
do Red Giants have like defense like Kinryu's do or something? I actually don't know. Because wow, those physical hits are kinda lacking. Oh wow, never mind. Stay with the power of the Ogre Axe.
Sounds like, but at this particular spot here, usually if it's available by you have a stack of hourglasses and you just stop every one of their tracks, and then you don't have to worry about but it looks like
oh right, there's no back row glitch. That's right, I forgot about that. That's why the damage is so bad. I made this, but like there's only so many flaxes I can keep in my head. Yeah, you were right about the levels, huh? Goodness gracious. Joe cabbing! You love to see it.
Well, if one forgot to buy any camping gear, well, that'll help out here when you dive the rest of the moon here, because no matter what happens here, you're gonna have to continue. And Temple is gonna go the opposite. Going to go the opposite way, and it's going to do bottom up. So we'll see. Now, the one thing here with yes, it's a lot of levels, but it's also a lot of a significant time commitment here to get to push through the that all gone here. So, Scythe Marshal here. We'll have the levels to get through these fights, through subsequent fights a little faster potentially. But we'll have to see, where how the key items are ring key items are distributed. See, which path is optimal.
Yup. I mean, going for the ribbon chest is kind of nice because of the XP for sure. So I wonder if he's gonna do that. Yep. Let's see if this is as rude as the old one. I don't know. That's pretty rude.
Yeah, that's a fair amount.
It's not the worst, but it's pretty rude. Bacchus, huh? Does he not care about the counters? Oh boy, here we go. DPS, you just gonna DPS Rubicon.
Yeah, like the magic isn't too bad here. But Glare will still take out member here if there's no resistance. We don't have anything like there's no curse rings available. So Can't
Yep.
do any of those any spicy strats with that.
Yeah, those shenanigans. Oh, shoutouts to the Dragoon Spear doing quad 9s to the Kiryu. It came in extremely handy, huh?
And someone else is gonna have to play mage on Tybalt's side right now because both Tell and Zid are done. And
Reset.
elects to try a different
That's
fight.
fair, honestly. Let's see if the White Spear Altar fares any better. Ooh, that's not
Ooh.
required, but you got so many levels. You take the spoon for sure.
Yeah, like that's spoon. It represents, basically an instant 10k of damage here to a boss.
Yep.
So you can just, at this point here, if you have 4 checks left at this point in Scythe March situation. Yeah, if you. So I don't anticipate any of these being songs, but if you happen to run into that song here and you don't use and you use the spoon in that battle, well, you'll probably want it back for sure. But yeah, if you're using the spoon here, it's pretty much a full commit at this point. Most likely.
Yeah, absolutely. And in Tybalt's side, finding Malang and friends, that's exactly what he wanted to see after encountering that Rubicante at the River Room. This is so nice. It's not gonna take much effort to defeat Malang here, and it's gonna give a pretty chunk of the XP.
When going to the top-down for spawn up here, you do have the opportunity here to save a bunch of time. Tybolt did get to the moon. A couple minutes here behind Scythe March here. Depending on the boss placements and the item placements here, that top-down versus bottom could certainly be a difference here. It's going to be less of a difference now, especially now that we see was at the room here and Tybalt's level situation at that time. Even with Side Marcher having done basically a full grind, these bosses are going to go down a lot a lot more efficiently here. So the opportunity here for Tybolt here to cut the gap down here is shrinking and shrinking quickly.
Interesting. Scythe Marshal threw the spoon at Rubicante for the 10k damage instead of waiting for Sarunas. That's interesting.
I don't mind the play at all here. A lot of fair amount, about 42,000, I believe.
Wow, that's clear.
HP at the spot here, so you want to try to get through these as quickly as you can here. So why not leverage that advantage and start that spoon?
For sure. That Tela is kissing the floor on Tybalt's side.
And
it's not like Tela, needs the XP, but the HP is nice, can't survive Weapon Punch or something.
And we are seeing the difference. We did see the difference here with that with the grind here that Scythe Marshal did here. That glare here did not take down that Cecil. Whereas on Tybalt's side here, his character is still low enough numbers here where it does where glare here would have an impact.
Tybalt finding the adamant rock at the cost of that Kane losing on the experience on top of the Tela. But after all the time he spent on the fight, you gotta stick with it for sure. Giant is a grind anyways. You just need to have the levels to get through the Giant in the first place.
That being said here, Blair did do a number on Kane on Scythe Marshal's side.
Yeah.
But this fight here is going to be reaching its conclusion fairly shortly.
It seems that Scythe Marshal has the fight under control.
Very much
for the most part. Ooh, he's risking the Ice 3. Oh no, it came out too soon.
I think there's been enough damage here where it's not going to have a material impact.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. See, this is why you take the black robe from the steel cave when you walk it out. You need it.
Yeah, I think Tella has better things to worry about here. Yeah,
Let's see what's
and
waiting for us at the Masamune altar. This could be real nasty.
uh,
Indeed.
yeah,
I'm get
with these levels, yeah, that's
I'm getting flashbacks to that last tournament
that being
to Among
said here,
Elixir League.
this is fine. We've got it set up now here. Uh, yeah, it will
We've
have.
got some beefy
Yeah,
boys.
yeah, I mean, yeah, there's enough. Yeah, we've got that.
Like these combination of like Dark Knight Cecil in Potion Party here came out way more often than it really should have. I don't know what's happening with the City Generator.
Unfortunately here, D-Knight is a quote-unquote free boss.
Indeed.
Oh, and we did see a pass come out of that ribbon room on side Marshall's side here. So,
Oh wow, Tybalt got it, but he didn't get the pass. So, oh no, he needs to get out of here and then walk it all the way back down.
yeah, and yeah, at this point here, with three checks on the table here, I don't think Tybalt is gonna. Well, we'll
Wait,
see if
he
Tybalt will
didn't
search.
exit. He didn't exit yet.
No, it
Is
looks
he
like
going
Tybalt
for
might be searching for that pass. So, I suspect we may be taking a peek at the Crystal Sword also.
I think he might be trying to give the Ruby Counter fight another go. Why?
Or
Why
grind.
else?
That's another. That is a good.
Oh, or a grind. Yeah, the dragons are around here. That's sure. That's true.
And we'll see what Tybalt plans. It looks like Tybalt. Oh, we should have expected this here from Tybalt. He's gonna try to end it all right now.
Yeah. We should have expected this from Tybalt for sure. Hanky day for every streamer saying, "Well, music is staying here." Did he take a reset? Did maybe the hog not work out like he wanted? Perhaps.
I'm not sure what happened here. I think he may have been trying to run buffer, but instead ran.
Oh, yeah, actually, you can't run away from this. That's true. There's the hourglass. Let's dance. Oh no, did they queue it already? Nope, we're good.
No. We do have Zerkers here, but the Pink Puffs aren't going to be doing anything won't be counterattacking because of that hourglass. So this is just a waiting game at this point.
Indeed. Meanwhile, Side Marshall gets the adamant. So what's Tybalt gonna do with all that money in S-Standard? Coco Shop, I guess, could have something nice.
No. He's looking for something nice here, but that's not the prize he's looking for. He wants to.
I know.
He's looking for that adamant armor. Side Marshall has the adamant, adamant rock, and will be on his way here to get that Legend Sword on the way to a 17 out of 17ing this.
Oh yeah, that's a 17 out of 17, huh? Very nice. In an incredibly fast amount of time too. Lovely. Oh, the pink puffs are falling. A life glitch in the pink puffs? He's getting a grind out of this? Wow, that's really bold.
A lot of money out of that.
Yeah, that's so much money. Coco better have like power shape shirts.
We'll see.
Oh, Enki Dave saying that life glitches for more chances at the armor too. I don't know if
Yes,
that works like that, but probably, honestly.
it does.
Nice. Wow, Scythe Marshall went through that key, like that Dark Knight Cecil real fast.
Well,
I guess the extra levels help a
yeah,
lot.
you don't need to cure anyone here. Like, just like Cecil will be probably north of 4,000 HP here by the time we're done. So much we'll be making that
And
exit.
let's see. I guess. Let's see.
Let's see.
That's so much XP,
We'll be
money. Wow. This makes up
Great
for
XP.
the grand.
And absolutely nothing out of that.
Hey, he got plenty out of that. Just not the armor. It seems that Marshall is going to forge before doing the giant. That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is. Cecil is hero on this flag set, so it is a chance at an actual weapon because we.
Yeah, we could get the Giant Axe, for example, which King can use. Or Sid.
Yeah, but we can always go Caliburn for the lulz.
Yeah, for the lulz.
And Tybalt will be following Side Marcher here. They'll probably make a high five on the way in and out of Coco's shop. Oh, Black Sword in the bookcase.
Here's hoping the shop is good, at the very least.
We'll find out here what the weapon is first. The value, as they say.
Oh, this sucks. That sucks. That's such a bad shop for our party. Damn.
I'm down with it, but
I mean, life stuff is nice for your only healer, but goodness gracious. I mean, protect rings are good. They give some pretty decent magic defense and evade, so that's nice. For sure. Tibble did good at buying them.
With the amount of levels your side marshal will have here, your magic defense is boatload of HP.
Yep, indeed.
Side marshal is going up the giant here, and I believe it is vanilla giant. So once you're going down here, you have to go directly through the end. You can't. I guess you are technically passing. Yeah, pass.
Pass to go. Get the reward. Get money.
I'm trying to think Monopoly here, but I don't think the analogy works.
I don't think so. No, considering that you go down to the chest, the robot. I don't know what's go in this case.
So we can see potentially here stereo giant fights.
There's
going to take the
last
arm chest.
That was the first chest he should check, I think. Wow. Here's hoping this is a crystal sword that he's been looking for all seed.
Or an X-Cal. I'm sure, or would settle for an X-Cal at this point.
Yeah, he would settle for an X-Cal, huh? Like, light sword is the bare minimum.
And well, let's see what's in the last arm chest. We have some people hoping for crystal armor, crystal gloves, and we got a white shirt.
Well, Talon needed that. So that's with the life staff and the white shirt, he actually makes for a passable healer. That was not the worst thing we could have gotten out of that, at the very least.
I think, although I think at this point, I think Talos Roll is more of a, like, backup Zerker if the wine runs out.
Fair. So we have Kane, and I don't think this spot is too troublesome, so it's fine. It's just a lot of HP to burn through.
Just 65.
You know, we're glad to have Tella here for all the blinking and the healing and stuff.
Oh. Now this gonna be the prettiest thing. So we're gonna be taking your time. Well, both of them will take some time here to get through these fights. While they're both of them working on right here, well, again, shout out the restream team. Got Engade putting together the restream, making sure everything looks pretty. Star keeping track of our race progress. Alchemy in the booth, as well as me, the latecomer, Harumph.
It's fine. And Karom is being a darling joining me here, and you know, being extremely entertaining chatting with you. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and
did you reset? Or did he?
yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
Tibble did take a reset here.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I think was getting a little awkward here, where I think the battle here was a little.
Oh, it's set
Yeah,
here.
potentially to
Okay, that makes sense. Oh boy, it settles down.
yeah, you don't like to see that.
You
Yeah,
know,
like, this is
that's the issue with like jumping on with Kane. Like it works. You know that's how you're supposed to do it, right? But when you jump on Valvalis and she gets out of the tornado, she punches. So it can be a little scary.
It does punch you, but I think the other issue is the weeks and the rays here.
Yeah,
Now
exactly.
You're spending time here, curing a little bit more time here, trying to bring people back up, as well as potentially healing them here if they're about to, if they're at the risk of being petrified.
Yeah, it's not the punch itself. It's the fact that you get weakened and your HP is low. But hey, Blink solve all problems, I guess.
Blink does solve a lot of problems here. I guess that's another use for Tella.
Indeed. And folks, this is why you buy 10 heal pots. At least 10. If you see the heal potions, you buy 10. You go on your merry way. It's worth the inventory slots. They're really cheap.
One of the better value buys in the game. Usually,
You don't think you need them until you do. And then you wish you had them. It's like with camping gear.
like there's or even the right type of camping gear.
I mean, I can make do with like, 2 tents and 2 or 3 tents and a wide mage or something instead of a cabin. But having a cabin will be better.
Or the opposite here, you want someone to stay down, and all you have is
Oh.
cabins.
Oh yeah, that's true. My brain is so full of Sea Hero that I forget that that's something you want sometimes.
And like, not necessarily in this case, because Cecil is going to be your anchor, regardless, and it's going to get levels all the time. Someone who is out of time, though, is Val on side Marshall's side. You have another 200 experience for the party.
Wow, giving helping of XP. I don't think Seth Marshall needs to do any sort of grind by the time he's done with ZBO.
I think Side Marshall's grinded about 4 times at this point.
Oh yes, Cecil is level 57. Goodness.
There are
That's
levels you
harsh.
don't often see on a Cecil, but you'll take it for sure.
Yeah, sometimes it's that way. The city just goes that way. Those HP values are very nice. Almost 3k on Edge. It's wonderful. So here's the thing, like, Scythe Marshall has better stats and more HP than Tybalt going for Seromas, which could be kind of a scary fight. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's potentially a good thing here that Side Marshal did take a save instead
Yeah,
of swag walking it up.
it's very tempting to swag wall up here, considering your levels and stuff.
But this spot being fast and with the magic hitting as hard as it does here, it is no joke.
Yeah, if we get unlucky, it could like do like a chain of targeting people that are going to put up their veils. You know, if you're unlucky, because it's not like we had enough time to set up like a venom or anything like that to ensure our character survivability. So with only 2 characters, if the targeting is bad, might be a wipe, but hopefully not.
So see how quickly we're
Although I don't know if Scythe Marshal could protect rings on any of these 2 characters.
and wins the 50-50 though.
Oh my
So
goodness!
so Side Marshal is going to get through this Golbez.
But the EXP is gonna be funneled into K, which is fine at this point.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter at this point.
I mean, it would have been nice, but oh wait, no, oh wait, Cecil is gonna get the XP anyways. Oh boy,
Yep.
they're gonna be beefy. Wow,
And-
well those late 3s, goodness. Yeah, no wonder we ran out of HP so fast. That's terrifying. 2 levels for the road.
It's terrifying if you get hit here. It's terrifying for Golbez if it comes back at you.
Yeah, for sure.
But with that, Side Marshal, once the party escapes the giant here, back to the big whale, Vanilla Cane. We'll have that crystal. That 17th and most important key item here for that fight against and we'll be able to take the lunar whale over if he so chooses.
Indeed.
I don't believe he's double parked.
I don't think so either. He parked in City, I believe. That's T-Bolt getting through that nasty Vivales.
And
I think he'll be happy in a weird way. He'll be happy that it's Golbez because it's gonna be easy if he wins the 50-50. The other thing is that Scythe Marshal does have the pass and T-Bolt doesn't. So as a result of him having the pass, we're seeing some flags here in the chat.
yeah, I think it's getting late for you.
Yeah, I should go to bed. I have work tomorrow. Good night. No,
Alright,
I'm
well-
still here. I'm still here. No, they're talking about a special feature of Free Enterprise, which is that you may have noticed, considering that Scythe Marshal expertly did the entire set in 35, an hour and 35. But we don't really randomize Ceremus, the final boss, in anywhere else in the state. Instead, we change how he looks like. And so, we ask a question, if Harum, would you be so kind?
Sure, I think it goes, whose hat are we going to kick tonight?
Why not? I'll take it. Yeah, whose hat are we gonna kick tonight? Who is it? I don't know. If it doesn't have a hat, it doesn't matter. You kick it anyways. You just imagine a hat and you kick it. You might fly over Ceremus' head, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that you kick the hat.
Yes. So aiming that general direction, you make contact. Eventually, you'll get to where you need to get to.
You know, that's a beautiful philosophy. You'll get there eventually. But I don't foresee Scythe Marshal, who is, you know, a very experienced player, both in this club and in general, has been around for a while. I don't think that with this safety buffer of levels and HP values, I don't think he will have much trouble with this Ceremus fight at this point.
I'm curious to see, what numbers we're going to see out for damage outputs here.
I didn't see Scythe Marshal checking his actually I did stat, but maybe I missed it. But you know, that's saying that Ceremus is nerf free. so it could go sideways real fast. Still.
Tibble does get his 50. Well, that's a
Very
quad
nice.
9 lit 3 on.
Let's go.
And we'll see here who's Ropes is cosplaying as today.
Oh wow, it's this thing from Suikoden 2, I think. I think it's Suikoden.
I just can't recall the game here. No hat, so again, aim in the general direction of where the hat should be here. There's
I think we can count the red orb as a hat. I'll take it. Tybalt getting over that Golbez, no problem, and finding his Vanilla King, and needed to go face the rumors now.
Sun Marshal does use Vampire here too. To nerf the first initial Big Bang.
We don't have the luxury of Sid Web, sadly. So
again, since you're white.
Well, I don't think your white image is gonna exist for much longer. Oh wow. Huh.
It's unnerfed here. Tell us a reasonable shot of surviving at these levels.
Indeed. Especially with that HP values, it's very nice for Atella. And there said, oh, Curintella.
Well,
interesting. What's he gonna do?
Well, the thing is, like, at that low HP here, like, potentially here, if you ignore the Tella here, Tella is eventually going to run out, and then you get that HP ran out, in which takes a little bit.
Tella's gonna catch up. Just your wait, youngsters. Gonna fast myself. There's still energy in these old bones.
We'll find out how much energy soon enough here. So burning another siren here from Centipede, looking to get a silk web.
Very nice. And there it is, right away.
Look.
That's gonna help a lot.
But yeah, now here. I didn't catch a look at that agility. Out of curiosity.
Oh, my goodness. He cast wall with Tella. I think he might reflect slows.
Huh.
It's like Marshall. That's wild.
I mean, with the damage that's coming out here, it's potentially a win more.
Yeah, he's gonna cast slow. You know, a little, it's never late enough for slow.
Never, that's the wrap around. It's never late enough for snow. It's for slow.
Considering the lack of Sid Web, I'm shocking at how little turns Zeramin is getting.
Well, I believe it's 3 Zerkers I'm seeing here. So, like, if you with that type of buffer here, it's gonna feel like it's gonna be, well,
that's fair.
They're jumping into the field.
That is fair. And that's like a light sword Cecil too. Uh-oh. I think that Cecil will be okay though, if he was nerfed correctly.
Yeah, like this was nerfed, so
yeah, it's
not an issue. And like with enough, like even like a wombo combo here wouldn't be an issue here.
Was that a trap chest from Tibble? Is this the carry sorcerer trap chest? That's wild.
I think still looking for that
yeah, for
a swingy.
Oh, Chad is saying that it's a random encounter. Is it?
But in any case, we have a first place finisher, Scythe Marshall, first on the race and the race today. Taking down Beastless with a time of 1 hour, 41 minutes, and 39 seconds. GG.
It's kind of funny seeing the top half that's like cut off of the sprite. It always amuses me. Oh yeah, it was a random encounter. Yeah. I wonder why. Oh, he wants one level for 24 agility? Oh, I guess so. Wait, isn't it 28? What do you
Yeah,
want?
like if you want to try to get perfect agility here.
Oh,
Um,
he has 23 because he's wearing the Dwarf X. So without it, it will be 28. Gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha.
28 is fine though. 28 is where
Yeah.
you want to be.
So he wants one level for Cecil. That's why he's taking the counters. That makes sense, honestly. I will do the same thing. And there it is. That's the level he wanted. Yep.
And
Indeed.
the rest of the
Let's see if Scythe Marshal wants to join us for an interview. Meanwhile, Tybalt continues unabated on his journey to slay the Romans. What a weird seat that was, huh?
yeah,
Like what a weird ping pong of a seat.
yeah, it's like do everything. Maybe grind 2 or 3
Yeah,
times.
maybe grind if you want.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Whether you like it or not, you're gonna grind, buddy.
Tybalt taking the scenic route down. I don't think Tybalt has any more stars, so it won't have another cheeky check.
Yeah, I doubt it. But I mean, knowing Tybalt, I wouldn't be surprised. Nope, he went past it.
So we are.
But honestly, I really wouldn't have been surprised if he took like a left and went like, haha, I'm gonna do another one. Suckers.
Take the save just in case something does go awry. But yeah, like the path that you have to take here and the amount of XP here, experience here that you would experience slash levels that you would get. Yeah, I think both would be. Tybalt is also in a comfortable place, even though a little tad lower. And you have Scythe Marshall in the booth with us, our first place finisher, GG Scythe.
Hello, GG's.
All the G's. What a weird state,
Yeah,
huh?
17 out of 17. Yo.
in 1 hour 45 minutes, 41 minutes. That's pretty nice. Great work.
I'll take it. The only spot I didn't check or fight or whatever was Crystal Sword Altar.
I believe so. Yes, which was a song apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah, it was, yeah,
It
had
might
to
have been
song.
it might have been the elusive crystal sword that everyone was looking for. Who knows?
Yeah, it could have been. Who knows? I never found one.
And
Tybalt didn't either, even though he actually did
no.
actively check for it even more than you did.
I bet.
It just never turned
Did
up.
like moon boxes or Castle Evelyn or
Yeah, he did Castle Leveling and some of Tower Chest, I think, and
Right.
the last room, and did nothing. It happens. T-Pro do be like that.
Deep Pro do be like that.
all the cheese, I guess, could have been all the grinds. So we did see it take a siren in the Mossmini Altar room here, and then see an alt gauntlet right afterwards.
It was so funny because we saw the King Ryus, and everyone was like, "Oh, Seth Marshall found the old gauntlet," and Chad, dutifully informed him, "Hey, that's just a siren for grinding." And we were like, "Oh, okay." And then the gauntlet popped up immediately after.
That's very funny.
It was.
I mean, if we're doing that type of manifestation, I suppose you could blame me for the Caliburn as well.
Well, you know what? It's fine. After doing the entirety of the moon, I kind of figured either I'm gonna get the Lightbringer, or I'm gonna get the like Caliburn or the Flandango. So like, eh.
it was kind of wild because I designed this flag set as kind of like CC4 remix where you have to pick between the machines and stealing sirens with edge, but no, the scenario goes haha have a grind anyways. Also to the giant, so okay, I guess you can do that too.
I'm glad I didn't do the giant first. Doing the giant with low levels would have been a nightmare.
I mean, Golbez kind of defeats himself, but that Val is such a slog.
Well, the Golbez, I guess I could have piggied. I could have done piggy strats.
Yeah,
I was looking at my bosses
to avoid the coin flip, but
yeah,
you couldn't have known that it wasn't.
Well, I was looking at my bosses and I said, "Who haven't I seen?" And it's like, well, okay, I guess Water Hag is in the Fame Arch. That's the Ashura spot. Like Octomam, Antlion, Mylon Zed, Dolls, like Ashura, Magus Sisters, Wyvern, and I was like, no, I don't want a piggy.
Yeah,
I'm not going to worry about it. It's not going to be exactly Golbez, and then it was exactly Golbez.
That's fair, honestly.
Doesn't matter if you hit your 50-50 though. Which both of you did hit.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was like, the fight started, and I said, okay, who do I need? And I look at my spreadsheet, and I said, how much damage can Golbez do? That's not good.
Yeah,
that's a lot of damage.
That's all of the damage.
And I was like, well, okay, I got Cecil and Kane left, and this spot has 38 agility, and my Cecil's 34 agility, so I think, like, as long as I win the 50, I'll be fine. And then I won the 50-50. I think it didn't matter because Cecil was going to get to, his menu was going to open next tick, so I think I would have been fine. I would have had to run buffer it.
No, I guess so, yeah. So a question I had,
Oh no.
Yeah, Tibble took a wipe since he has a few less levels than you did.
Yeah,
sadly.
he skipped the gauntlet?
He went bottom up, so
that explains a lot.
And also reset out of the Rubicante spot, so also did not have a pass.
Ooh. I saw the gauntlet, and then I saw Rubicant, and I said, no, that's so gross. These fights are awful. So I just chucked the spoon. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. If I'm going to lose because I didn't fade the time loss bosses, then you know what? Fine.
Yeah, fair, honestly. So considering what this flag set was designed about, which is like pick your grind, were you ever like decided on doing one of the grinds, like, oh, I'm gonna do sirens, or oh, I'm gonna do the machines, like any point in the sea?
So to be honest, I didn't think about it at all. I saw at the start of the scene I had 2 sirens, and I said, okay, 2 sirens, and I completely forgot that I could steal sirens. That's embarrassing. But I said, well, I have 2 sirens, and then the seed sort of led me early to like, okay, doing ordeal. So I'm going to pop one of the sirens to make sure Cecil go burr. Cecil's going to go burr. And then I said, well, I'm going to keep the other siren. Maybe I used it underground, but I want to use it on King Ryu's. Because what I had noticed is that I zonked the starting item. I zonked a couple other... Actually, I think Ordeals was a zonk too. So I zonked a few early key items, and I said, I know what that means. That means stuff is on the moon. So I knew I was going to be doing moon bosses, and I knew that, like, if I really needed a holy sword, I could find one up there in the moon chests. Especially because I had a bunch of dragoon, like dragon resist. So I said, you know what, it'll be fine. And then I said, okay, I got my cane. I finally found darkness, finally. Second last location, that. And then I said, well, like, I thought about it. I said, man, should I really be doing the siren before the gauntlet or before the boss fight? It'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. And then it was the gauntlet. And I said, I can't reset out because I already got my siren fight. So I had to take the gauntlet. And then at this point I said, okay, I don't need a grind. I had the grind. Now I just need to beat the seed.
Yeah, I guess if you feel like the city is leading you to doing moon bosses, I guess that could be your grind. I mean, considering that you also need to do the giant. At some
Yeah,
point.
that's the other thing. Like this, I knew there was tons of experience. I guess I could have done like a small D machine and then taken the giant, I guess, but
Yeah.
then I would have faded the gauntlet. I guess that would have been helpful, but I think it's sort of time. Yeah, I think I spent a lot of time on the gauntlet, but like setting up the D machine and doing that effectively probably would have been non-trivial. I don't know.
Plus, the fights in the old gauntlet were fun. So there's that.
Oh yeah, they were all sorts of like throw an hourglass and then have Zerk Sid with poison axe. Like that was maybe not the way you want some of those fights to go, but it was fine. Kane had
As
a Dragoon
long-
Spear. It was fine.
Yep, exactly. That I was gonna say. King has a Dragoon Spear. Everything's fine.
Those warlocks were kind of obnoxious. I didn't have any mage killing here. Like
That's warlocks for you.
no meat daggers, no rune axe. Ugh.
I think people found a Mute Dagger, but I don't even know where anymore. I
I
think
don't
Eblang
recall
or
seeing
something.
one, but
Yeah, he could do it for the wisdom buff. For the skeletons.
Legit, yeah.
So any last thoughts on the side?
I don't know. I felt like there were a couple of mishaps. Like I sort of mismenued a little bit, or I misinput at some point because so one thing that I always forget because I don't do this regularly, I guess, is if Kane is jumping and he's in the air and you menu an item, the cursor doesn't start at Kane's spot because he's not there. The cursor starts at Tella's spot. So at one point I mismenued an ether onto Sid. And I was like, give Sid MP. Haha. So I think there were certainly some spots where it wasn't like super clean, but it ended up mostly okay. And like I played pretty aggressively. Oh, that's a virus. You don't like seeing virus. Come on, Tybalt, you can do it.
Could always. I mean, if he hadn't sold that drain sword, could always like drain
Yo,
drain
he can train
Searcher.
Avenger. Did anyone find an Avenger?
I don't think people found an Avenger.
I didn't, so would have been nice, but
Yeah,
that
I mean,
could solve a lot of problems.
Yeah, this set has been really stingy with equipment. I know it's Deep Pro, but even then, Golbez.
yeah, I'm not convinced this is gonna go well for Tybalt.
Well, GG's again, side, and like, thanks a lot for running this always. You did a phenomenal job, like 1 hour, 141 for like full clearing the city. It's phenomenal.
Thank you.
And,
Yeah, it was fun.
I'll be chatting you up soon.
Yes, the idea of picking next week's flag set for the
Yeah.
watch party. Yes, very
You can
true.
always roll a dice or something. I don't care.
I could, but I'll probably pick a new
Sure.
one.
Sure.
Anyway, thanks Alchemy and Harump for doing comms today. Thanks Eng Dave for restreaming. Thanks Scarcer for tracking. I'm sure you did phenomenal job as always.
Mhm.
Anyway, take care, folks. Hopefully, I know it's Sunday afternoon, so it's a little bit of an awkward time slot, but hopefully we get a couple more people so that it doesn't have to be me and Tybalt on watch party next week.
Oh, I
Anyway,
don't
take
care.
care, folks.
I love watching. Take care. So, Tybalt is hanging in there with that. Is he doing Did he pivot to 1200 HP strats?
I
Did he?
it's no, no. It's everyone took a wipe.
Yeah, but
On
but,
like this
but,
is
but he's reflecting nukes.
like this is desperation mode, right now, and yeah, that
Oh, Black Hole will have gotten the nuke, and then that will have been counter nuked on Cecil, taking him down. Indeed, Tibble has decided to forfeit the race. That's fine. There's nothing to prove to anyone.
yeah, that like again, like it was a tough setup. Uh,
Okay, it seems
I
that
don't
Tibble is gonna join us here in the booth.
I do want to highlight though here, there was a caliburn darted in the second fight here.
Oh,
58
beautiful.
damage, which is beautiful.
And we're joined by Tibble. GG's Tibble.
GG.
Tough fight, but so like we always said,
Beautiful.
like Zormus is
Damage,
never
which is
free.
beautiful.
Oh no, he's not.
And we're joined by Tibble. GG's Tibble.
GG.
Tough
Finally,
fight,
Golbez, I
but
like
you know,
yourself
so
in
like
the
like
trilogy,
like we
Dark
always
Axis.
said, like
27.
Zormus is never
It's
free. I know.
So I looked at counters on to get him to 28. 'Cause he
We
was
saw
just
the-
2 levels short.
We saw the carry and sorcerer fight, and we were like, oh, they stable opening trap chests or something. But no, we also noticed that Cecil was like 23 agility with the dwarf axe. Dang. It's a tough party. It's a tough party. You don't have a white
Oh.
control.
Yeah, you don't have a white mage. It's like second attempt. Like, well, Sid's super slow because I never found any agility manipulation here besides a ninja hat. And I was just like,
Oh boy.
fine, I'll make Kane my chemist. And if I didn't go too hard with that, where's my shiny stick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scythe Marshall now also never found the shiny stick. Like they were in high end.
I never even found any black belts.
Oh yeah. No power share or black belts. That's right, huh?
There's nothing for gear. And I checked, you know, the Evelyn trap chest, the eyeball, and just like nothing. So sad.
T Pro strikes a king, I guess.
And Pinktail, oh hey, it's Dragoon Spear. Cool, Kane. No slingshot. Well, okay. If Kane can get some experience, maybe.
So, in Murasame Altar, we know because Scythe Marshall went top bottom, it was Old Gauntlet. So Scythe Marshall had the benefit, in quotations, of doing Old Gauntlet for EXP.
I wasn't really worried about experience. I was actually hoping for some better gear in Cocole's shop.
Oh,
be
me
completely
too.
honest,
I
Like,
was
I was
expecting
hoping, like,
power
Zeus-
shirts.
Yeah, Zeus gauntlets, power shirts, something. I'm like, I'll do my thing. I'll do the pink pumps. I'm gonna get a lot of money from it. Let's hope Cole has the strength gear.
Nothing.
Nope.
White
Just
Sparrow, white-
saves.
Yeah.
Just saves on a protect ring or something.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Yeah.
we're still here, and yeah, nothing to buy, and yeah, nothing out of it.
just nothing. This was rough. See, I mean, early game power with the Poison Axe, Rune Axe was great. But other than that, it was just no real strength.
Yeah, honestly, it was rather tough. So I devised this flag set as a kind of like a CC4 or like remix, where you need to pick your grind between doing stealing sirens with Edge or doing the machine with Tela. Were you like thinking of doing either of those grinds at any point in the seed?
I'm not a big fan of D Machine. Never have been. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, I can do it. I do it more so with mages, but with the melee party, just steal the sirens and do eggs. It's a lot faster in that regards. If you can do a D Machine without any issues, then it's about equal. But I lose track of how many I've done, or I end up
Oh,
wiping.
me
Like,
too.
it's just no.
Yeah, me too, big time. I totally understand your preference to stealing sirens. Although I have also in the past Dong's like Self Cave or Fey March, and then stole the sirens and had a very bad time wiping.
Okay, Sylph Cave, there's no mute buttons. You don't have a way to set up RA1 Quake. You just Sylph traps are
I want Quake with who? Who are you quaking with?
right. You're not Quake with anybody. Okay, you could theoretically double Mute Knife, Rune Ring, Edge, and use Flood if you went down the hook route for the spirits, like
That's
or
true,
Blitz.
I
Like
guess.
there's that option, but even then, don't have an easy way to get through those fights.
Yeah. So honestly, equipment was a rough issue. At the very least, Cure 3s were like readily available in Baron. At the very least.
Tier 3's being great, but then there's the Ruby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Ice Brand, no Blizzard Spear, just nothing.
Hey, you had Tela with ice threes.
Yeah. No.
I could feel your eyes rolling through your mouth.
And what is it with these giants lately just being a slog?
Yeah, it's not like Elements has like 64k HP or anything, so it's gonna be a
Just the
slog
other day, I
anyways.
had required CPU at Elements into Alt
Ooh.
Gauntlet, like, and that was required.
Well, it was required here too. Just
Yeah, it's just a slog of an Elements fight.
I don't think this was the worst.
No, Valor's not as bad as CPU, but it's still pretty bad.
Yeah.
At the very least, that Golbez was pretty fast, huh?
Oh yeah, Golbez takes himself out there, but Val, I'm just like, all right, cover Cecil, here we go.
Especially after winning the coin flip, huh?
What do you mean by winning the coin flip?
I mean, if you get two people alive, considering how incredibly fast CPU is, if you queue a Starvel and Golbez targets the person that killed the Starvel, you basically bite the dust. Because those spells are so strong. So it's kind of like a coin flip of like, oh, will he target the person that's gonna pop the Starvel or not?
Yeah, and if I would have wiped the first, I would have gone back in with everybody being a piggier size. Like,
yeah,
I was just gonna give it one attempt. I'm here right now. Like, if Tella survives, okay, that's a bit of a problem. If Sid's one of them, that's also a problem. Like, give me my speedy boys, give me Edge, give me Kane, and I might be able to do this.
And you did great work. Like Seromos aside, which is always problematic. This was like a phenomenal showing, and you and Side Marshall were like neck and neck for the vast majority of the entire race. So it was a phenomenal showing. So thank you very much, Tybalt.
Not a problem. It's always an enjoyment to play these flag sets, and I may have chose the hardest one possible, but I still had a lot of fun with it. It's a way to get yourself even more training on certain things. So, with certain targets you may not have been used to doing. So,
absolutely,
getting out of that comfort zone is a good way here to develop one's skills.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So GG's again, Tybalt. This time it's Side Marshall's turn to pick. But hopefully we'll see you next time here at the club.
Definitely, I'll be here next week. I always enjoy these.
Well, we'll see you next time.
A better sleep schedule.
Yeah, I feel you. Okay, we'll see you later then, Tybalt. Thanks a lot.
GG's. Have a good one.
You too.
And with that here, our broadcast is going to come to a close for today. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern with the Monday Night Community Race. Then later on this week, we've got the run back on Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern, and the Tournament Preparation League Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Indeed. and that club is a little different. It's more of a showcase than an actual like competitive race. It's worth a watch, folks. So we'll see you all tomorrow here in this channel for Enterprise. Shout outs to the broadcast team and to our wonderful racers, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good one.